G'day everyone, thanks for tuning into another video. This week I am still working in the very back section of the bus, and this time I'm turning my attention to the passenger side where I'm going to have my laundry area. So a couple of weeks ago you saw how I built this vanity cabinet on the driver's side at the back here. So on the opposite side is going to be a laundry area, and this is what I'm going to be starting work on today. So this is the washing machine that I'm putting in the bus. It's a little caravan washing machine. It's a pretty good size, big enough to wash sheets and towels in there, so that's good. So that's where this is going. Now I'm going to be building some things around it. So my plan is on this side of the washing machine, I'm going to have some open space for hanging clothes. So this will be like a bit of a wardrobe storage area. And then above the washing machine, at the very top here, I'm going to have a built-in overhead cabinet. That'll have a door on the front of it for storage. And then underneath that, between that and sort of above where the washing machine is, I'm going to have some drying racks. Now, I use these when I'm making my books for my handmade business. I need somewhere to lay out the covers and things while the glue and sealer and other things are drying. So I'm going to have some of those in there, and they will be able to double as racks that I can hang clothes from as well. So if I'm doing a bit of washing and I've got some underwear and socks and maybe some t-shirts or something small that I want to dry, I'll be able to hang them in here. So the first thing I need to do is move this washing machine out of the way so I've got a clear space to work in. Okay, so now you can see the space that I'm going to be building in a little bit better. The first thing I'm going to do is just fix up this insulation, because I never really finished the insulation in this back corner. I do have some scraps of the metal and thermal break left over, so I'm going to hopefully have enough to fill in this bit here behind these studs and just seal up some of those holes and hopefully just get that sealed up a little bit better. Alright, so pretty happy with that. I was able to use all my little scrap pieces to fill in the rest of that corner. Well, good morning. It is really cold here this morning. It's been a few days since I started work on the laundry area in the bus, and pretty much all I've got done so far is the cladding of the walls in the space. It's ridiculous how long it takes, but just with all the angles and the curves in this part of the bus, it's actually quite awkward. But anyway, I managed to get it done, so I'll just show you what it looks like now. I've just clad it with the same pine tongue and groove boards that I've used elsewhere in the bus. And the reason I haven't done this section is because there's actually going to be another little wall in front of this. That's the wall that will be visible. So I'll clad this extra little wall that I'm going to be building, and this space in between will be where my power cables and things will be running. So I'll have a power point here on this wall, so there'll be cables coming to that. There'll be a cable coming out of this wall here from the shore power inlet that I'm going to be putting in the side of the bus here, and it'll come up through the back of the wardrobe here and into this space and run up here to where my charge controllers and everything are going to be. So what I'm going to do now is do the framing for the other walls that are going in here, and I've already marked on the floor here where the studs from that wall need to go. So when I had the washing machine in the other day, I worked out where I wanted the wall, and I've marked where it needs to go on the floor, so that'll make it easy, and that way I can put it in with the washing machine out of the way. Alright, well, I've got the wall made. I don't think I've made anything in the bus that involved so many mistakes and stuffing it up and having to redo things, and I was getting so frustrated I ended up just turning the camera off, and because I just wanted to crack on and get it done. So it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. It's got bits added in everywhere. But anyway, I think it'll do the job. Let's go and see what it looks like in the bus. Alright, so this is where it's going to sit. So I'll be able to secure it into the floor down there, and I'll also be able to secure it into the wall here and into these studs here, so that should keep it nice and secure. Now before I screw it in though, there's one thing that I want to do first, and that is I want to put a hanging rail inside here, because this is where I'm going to have hanging space for my clothes. So I need to put a rail across the top here so that I've got something to hang it from. I thought about buying a piece of dowel or an actual curtain rod or something to put in there, but I have these, which are lengths of threaded rod. These were part of a market stall setup that I had for my business years ago, and it just so happens that it's just the right size to go through there. So I'm going to use this, and I'll just put a nut. I'll be able to get in the back there to secure the nut on there, and I'll have a nut on this other side. And I think that will work fine. So I need to drill a hole through here. And I also need to drill a hole through here as well, so I can thread the rod through there. So I'll do that now, and then I should be good to secure this wall in. All right, well, there's my hanging rail. So as you can see, it's just a little length of threaded rod, and I've got a lock nut on each end of it. It's only just long enough, but it's pretty secure, so I don't think it's going anywhere. And I'll be able to hang my clothes in there. Pretty happy with that. And I've got that well and truly secured in there, so it's screwed into the floor, and I've got these brackets holding it to the studs in the wall, and it's really good. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to build another wall on top of this, but it's just going to be sort of set back a little bit from this one. So I need to build another frame that goes up to here, but I'm thinking what I might do first is build this overhead cabinet, because this wall's going to be going from here up to the bottom of that. Alright, so like most things in this bus, I am just making this up as I go along. This is what I'm thinking for this cabinet. I've got this piece going across here that I can easily anchor into this wall and also into these timber pieces that I've got screwed into the bus here. It's a little bit awkward up this end, see, because there's nothing really to attach any studs to behind here. And then I can get these pieces that I've cut the ends, you can see, but the ends are like mitered, so that will fit with the angle at the back there. And also onto this one, so I'll be able to like attach that with a little bracket, and the same on the back here. And then I've got another one that will go up this end. Again, I'll be able to attach it with a bracket there, and I'll be able to screw it directly into this wall. And then once I've got that on, I'll be able to run another longitudinal piece from here over to the other side, just to help brace that and also give me something to put the floor of the cabinet onto. And then also if I run another piece across here, that will give me an anchor point for this piece of wall that I'm going to be putting down there. So I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I'm going to go and screw some of these pieces together and make this bit up, and hopefully it will work. Alright, well, there it is. That's my first overhead cabinet. I don't think the rest of them will be this difficult, because hopefully the roof and the walls for the rest of the bus will be a bit straighter. This is a bit of a nightmare down this end of the bus. But anyway, it doesn't look like much at the moment, because a lot of this I can't really finish off until the electrical's done, because there's going... Have you got something to say, baby? You got an opinion on my crappy bathroom cabinet? What was I saying? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of electrical cables running in the back of this cabinet here through there. So I want to wait till all that's in before I worry about how I'm going to sort of enclose all of that. I still need to put a floor on the cabinet. But again, I might wait to do that until the electrical's done, just because it's really awkward to get drills and things in this space too. So if I've still got this space to be able to reach up, it'll make it a little bit easier. And obviously also I need to put a door on the front, but I'll do that later on as well. I'm happy for now just to have the frame in place. And now what I'm going to do, you can see I've got this extra little stud here. This is roughly where I'm going to have another wall. There'll be like a little ledge here, and then there'll be another wall here, and there'll be a power point in this wall, and then this space that's in here will be space for the power cables and everything to go up there. And these are the drying racks I was talking about. So they're actually clothes hanging racks that I bought off eBay. They came as a pair, so I've got 2 of these and I'm going to order a few more. And once I've got this wall here done, I'll be able to put some little bits of aluminium on the sides here that I can slot these into. And the idea is that they'll go in like that. So I'll have half a dozen of these in there, and I can use that for drying my book covers and things when I'm making products for my business. And then I can also use these to, peg small items of clothing as well. So I think that'll work really well. So that's what I'm trying to do in this space. So I just need to work out now how to do this wall. All right. Well, there is the second little wall, or the framing for it at least. So I just ran another piece of pine underneath here because I could easily screw that into the studs, and that gave me something to pocket hole these vertical studs onto. So you can see what this is going to look like. I've started the cladding here. There isn't a lot else I can do with this section now until after the electrical's done, because I need to wait for the cables and everything to run, and then I'll be able to enclose the rest of this with the cladding. This hole is for the power point that's going to be going here. It will just fit in there like that, and that'll be the power point for the washing machine. So that is as much as I can do on the laundry area for now until after my electrical's done. So I actually have the bus booked in to get the electrical installed in August. So between now and then I'll be doing a lot of different little jobs trying to get the bus to the stage where I'm ready to run all the electrical cables. The only big thing I have left to build now before that happens is my overhead cabinets. So I'll be tackling those in the next video.